All right. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. My name is Vega. This is, the channel is SerpentX Special Forces, but this is Caffeine Crypto. Show we do every Saturday morning, usually with my colleagues, but one of them is busy, and I think one's making some adjustments to the schedule. I welcome you to join me with a caffeinated beverage. I don't have my NOS. I do have a NOS. I'm just not drinking it. I'm drinking my coffee. And we like to go over what's going on in the news. Talk about a couple articles, what's happening. Ever since last night, we're actually doing pretty well. Thank you for everybody who showed up and joined us, and thank you for watching if you're in the future. I'm going to probably get to that high-speed miner. Asked what do I think of the overall effect of EIP-1559, so definitely going to get to that. I got some data I got to coordinate and put together. I'm currently on call, as I always am, working while doing a live stream. I don't know why I do this, but I do. So Bitcoin, is at 43K. Doing pretty good. Having a little bit of a pullback at the moment since this morning. Today is my birthday, so I'm working on my birthday and live streaming for you guys. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't party or do anything this weekend anyways because I'm on call. And I got to get up so early and monitor things that there's really no point. But look at Ethereum. 3K. This is looking pretty good. Now, we are in a particular situation when it comes to Ethereum. Getting overbought, I guess you could say. But we'll have to see how things shape up. No TA today. We're just going to get right into some news articles. If you want my attention, please at me or send me a super chat if you have the funds to do so. We're just going to go through and blow through some articles and stuff like that. So thank you, everybody. Chan, Chili Mining, High Speed Miner, Jeffrey Harrison, Stefan, Coach Han, thank you for the birthday wishes. Let's get started. So JPMorgan, led by Bitcoin skeptic Jamie Dimon, quietly unveils access to half a dozen crypto funds. Now, we've heard this all the time. High Speed Miner, thank you so much for the $20 donation and happy birthday wishes. Really appreciate that. All right, guys. All right, you don't have to do it just because I said it's my birthday. It's good. We're all in this together. I appreciate it though. Not doing anything. You know what? I would use that to go have a drink next weekend when I actually have a little social gathering. As you get older, it doesn't become like birthday parties or, like when you're 21, you drink the heck out of an ale house. No, as you get older, it turns into a social gathering. A couple of the guys, maybe a couple of the, they bring their wives or you couple hang out. That's it. Gets a little bit more boring, but you still have a good time. Anyways, so Jamie Dimon and much of the financial sector, much of the CEOs of the financial sector and the big guys, so to speak, they publicly talk junk about cryptocurrency, then turn around and they're just gobbling it up, taking it all up. Thank you, Marcus, from watching all the way from Germany, and thank you again for the happy birthday wishes, everyone. So on Thursday, financial advisors were allowed to begin placing private bank clients into a new Bitcoin fund created with crypto firm NYDIG. According to the people with the knowledge of the move, not everybody can do it. It's private. Late last month, JPMorgan rolled out the access to 4 funds for grayscale investments, and I'm going to list those investments here down below. And sources declined to be identified speaking about the offerings, each citing an awkward fact. That Jamie Dimon has been one of Wall Street's most outspoken skeptics of Bitcoin and digital currencies. So the fund that JPMorgan rolled out access for is Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, Grayscale Bitcoin Cash Trust, Grayscale Ethereum Trust, and Grayscale Ethereum Classic Trust. Now, the Ethereum Classic Trust is very interesting to me. And then we have Osprey Bitcoin Trust. The Ethereum Classic one's very interesting to me. With all this thing going on with EIP-1559 and what's happening with Ethereum, a lot of people are, not you, right? So I know much of us in the community are just like, mining isn't dead. We all know that. But for those who say, yeah, mining's dead, it's downhill from here. No, there are other crypto assets to switch to. And my four, if I can remember them right now, is Ethereum Classic, Ravencoin, Ergo, and there was a fourth one, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I think if you're on NVIDIA, it's Conflux. If you're on AMD, it's another coin. Oh, the Kryptonite GPU variants. So Conceal, Ryo, something like that. But on that fourth coin, you're going to have to make the judgment call for you. So while Dimon has called Bitcoin a fraud, that wouldn't end well. There were signs that his resistance was eroding. Earlier this year, pressure at JPMorgan was building as his clients, right? Their clients, JPMorgan's clients, kept asking for Bitcoin exposure. So we want more exposure, and this has caused Dimon to kind of, all right, I'll do it. I would be careful, but I'll do it. This is his kind of stance on the situation. Still the muted rollout, so it's a silent rollout, right? So I guess it's only exclusive, private. Only a certain few can really, like, they don't mention it, but if you call in and you're one of the big rollers and that's associated with the bank, you can ask about it and ask to gain exposure, and then they'll refer you to this. So the muted rollout of the products this summer is a sign of the bank's ambivalence to Bitcoin. JPMorgan advisors aren't allowed to recommend the Grayscale Osprey funds, but can only respond to client requests. And while the bank is making those funds widely available across its various wealth management platforms, only private bank clients can access the NYDIG fund. As always, the links that I go over, the articles that I go over in this live stream will be down in the description below. First off, I would like to thank you, viewers, because you sponsor these live streams. Now, I do mention that this live stream may be sponsored by dogelord.com every once in a while, but really it's you, because you are the users that will go to the links down below, affiliates or not, click the links, and whether you buy something from dogelord.com or join the X Special Forces, which you can do down below, that helps me continue to create content for you. So if you feel like supporting, if you're new to the channel, first off, thank you for stopping by. Please make sure to get subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out the various links down below to help support the channel to keep it running good, and consider joining the X Special Forces. So this article says, if you have a Bitcoin miner, turn it on. If you're just now thinking about this, I don't know where the hell you've been, but whatever. Yeah, Blue Redneck. I don't know why when you click the notification bell, it only notifies you every once in a while. I wonder if you have so many subscriptions, so many notifications coming in, it doesn't always pop up, every single one. All right. Somebody just text me, we'll be okay. All right, so in the last few weeks, let me check YouTube, make sure I'm streaming good. All right, 25 users. Hell yeah. That's all by myself. No Red Panda mining. See, I can do it. I don't need your training wheels. I'm joking. So, in the last few weeks, Bitcoin mining market has experienced a black swan event, leading to a lot of uncertainty and confusion surrounding the future of the market. This is why, I don't know, it says I felt it was the right to give the public a quick update. Oh, it's the person that wrote the article, and explain why it's fantastic time for Bitcoin mining in the United States. And we actually seen this with Red Panda Mining, because he did a video showing, like, hey, my ASIC mining profits are going up, which is because China's cracking down. So recently we've experienced an historic decrease in the mining difficulty rate. This chart shows the initial impact of the Chinese miners being forced to shut down and move out of China. And you can see difficulties going down. There are many potential reasons why this occurred, but the net result is that an exodus of Chinese miners and their equipment has begun. As of July 2nd, the rate was adjusted to negative 27.94%. It was the fourth negative adjustment that happened in a row, with the difficulty rate almost halving since mid-May. Now this talks about Bitcoin mining difficulty adjustments, right? The changes, right? Negative 27.94, negative 5, negative 15. There's a plus 21 right here in May. So even the record high Bitcoin prices, we're still anticipating additional rate decrease in the near future. However, the difficulty decrease wasn't over at that point. And with the additional drop to over 27% in early July, the volatility is still coming as the network catches up to the effects of all these miners going offline. These events have caused a lot of dramatic and quick changes to the crypto mining market, but their impacts can be boiled down to three major changes. There's a shortage of low-cost electricity mining locations and power infrastructure in the market. Equipment prices are dropping fast and profitability is increasing for miners. And cheap power locations can take a year or more to negotiate, contract, and develop. So as miners move out of China to other locations, they have to work with their local electrical provider, electricity provider. And it's not just, hey, yeah, I need power, bring it to me. No, you're going to have to work it out, and that's going to take some time. So where are these miners going? Well, there's a lot of articles and a lot of news pieces out there that are saying they're moving here or there or there or here. But we'll just have to wait and see. But if you have an ASIC miner and you're mining Bitcoin directly, you could be making out pretty good. Now, I have something very important. Unfortunately, I lost a few of you viewers. But we need to talk about, again, the taxes and the tax situation here in the United States and the infrastructure bill. Now, granted, you may not be in the US. I understand that, right? You may be in Germany, Canada, whatever. However, it's very important that you pay attention to the situation because this is going to set the precedence for how the other countries are going to deal with cryptocurrency, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency taxation. So, I talked about this and I had a recent video. If you haven't checked it out, actually, let me go ahead and pull it up on my channel. Is anyone else live today? $5 says this is a scam. I'm going to click it right now. Do not trust it. Do not trust it. But $5 says this is a scam. I reported one that had 14K. What the heck is this? Okay, maybe it's not a scam. Hang on, let's see if they're doing the whole... I have no idea what this is. London hard fork, Ethereum improvements. This has nothing to do with Ethereum. Wow. Okay. YouTube, it's so funny that you can block us, but then you can't deal with stupid stuff like that. You're so funny. So yeah, this video, which only has 511 views, thanks guys, was an update on the infrastructure bill. I think I could have been a little bit cleaner, a little bit better in explaining it, which I'm working on, and I'm getting better over time. But yeah, you guys may want to watch that. And then here's an update to that with this article. By the way, there's a new feature that got enabled on my channel. Is if you watch a video, you can actually send, instead of a super chat, you can send a super thanks. Which is very interesting because I've never seen that before. So they must be rolling out some new features. And it's great to see that it's been added to my channel. So I see some new people joining us. Thank you so much. We pay taxes already on mining. Stop whining. Yeah, well, on mining, we pay fees, but I don't pay taxes directly to the government when I mine. So you're going to have to give me a little bit more information, a little bit more detail on that. So taxes are paid, from my understanding, taxes are paid when you convert the cryptocurrency. If you're mining a bunch of cryptocurrency, you're not paying every time you validate a transaction, which is what the original bill and its broad statement of a broker, which I talked about again right here on this article, right? The definition of the broker was very wide. And so if I were to have to track every transaction that we validated as a miner, that would be a huge problem. And I don't pay taxes per each of those transactions or each of those blocks, that we validate or whatever. We pay once we convert it to fiat. So the way the bill was structured, it left a lot to interpretation, which got a lot of people like, whoa, wait a second, we need to correct this. So now we have a fight on our hands. And if you haven't talked to your local delegates, you should. But let me read this to you and bear with me. So the fight in the U.S. legislature over the new cryptocurrency tax reporting requirements in the Biden administration infrastructure bill has continued to get weirder. After industry objections to the flawed initial proposal, there are now two competing amendments about how to scale back its demands. According to the Washington Post, the dispute is now holding up the entire bill. We'll get into details first, blah, 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 yada, 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 okay, whatever. It's a huge landmark, key place of legislation, all right, whatever. So the whole thing started last week with legislators added a new reporting requirements for the cryptocurrency brokers as part of the pay for infrastructure bill. They're trying to use the funds, the funds of cryptocurrency would help the infrastructure bill, and understand that. And I understand there's a way to do that, and I understand there's a way to do it good or well, without, impacting the crypto market negatively, but we need to amend it. But the language was so broad and flawed that it could have roped in cryptocurrency miners, software developers, and other entities who are clearly not brokers in any meaningful sense. To be clear, the objection to the provision wasn't that it would impose taxes on crypto. No, we already know there's taxes on crypto, as Strong Mocha already mentioned. But that the reporting requirements were so technically flawed. It's so hard. If you are using Exodus Wallet, that user would have to, Exodus Wallet will have to track each of its users and every single transaction that it does. The user would have to track every single transaction that it does, which you can do, and there are resources to do. But then when you get to the finite mining aspect of it, right? And I start Ethereum mining right now. Each of those transactions, it's very hard to capture that. And then for software miners, right? And what I mean by that is the people who develop, the developers of Phoenix Miner, of T-Rex Miner, of Team Red Miner, they have no way to track the user. They have no way, unless they want to encroach on your privacy. That's why I always download from trusted sources and trusted devs. But that would be really hard to track every single user and every block they validated, every transaction they validated. That would be a really pain. So things seem to be on the up and up Wednesday, and I talked about this when Senators Pat Toomey, Cynthia Lummis, and Ron Wyden filed an amendment refining and scaling back the rule or definition of a broker, including carve-outs for node validators, miners, software developers, and wallet developers. The amendment, though was not perfect, received widespread praise from the industry. Now we have a second proposed amendment to the tax that was introduced last night by the provision's original authors, Rob Portman, Mark Warner, Christine Sima, and then University tax specialist Daniel Hamill reviewed the two proposals last night and concluded that the main difference is that the second one is narrower. It specifically protects proof-of-work miners and wallet developers, but not protocol developers. Thank you, Tech Shinji. When will the U.S. government tax Vitalik cryptocurrency tip jar, aka the burn fees? That's what I was saying. Okay, so good point. And this is going to lead into one of the questions that High Speed Miner had earlier about my thoughts about EIP-1559. Hang on a sec. We're about to get to that, guys. Hang on a sec. Good question, good point. So basically, the Second Amendment is not good. And the bad thing about it is it's still basically broken. The White House has issued a statement of support for it, and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is also lobbying for the bad version, the version that isn't as good, and doesn't give us a little bit more leeway, so to speak. So figures, including Senator Loomis, are calling for public pressure to support her, the good amendment. And in order to do so, there are some resources. Here's, by the way, the actual amendment right here: validating, distributing ledger transactions through proof of work, mining, or selling hardware or software, the sole function of which is to permit persons to control a private key used for accessing digital assets and distributed ledger. So protects miners and wallet developers, but we're missing a broad term here, right? So developing digital assets and their corresponding protocols for use by other persons, providing that such other persons are not customers of the person developing such assets or protocols. That protected much more the actual protocols and expanded even further. Actually, you know who did a really good job? Son of a Tech, and I mentioned that in my video. Son of a Tech did a really good job. So here's a website. I'm going to put it in the live chat. If you don't know how to get a hold of your local senator or, delegates, you call them. You can find them and you can call them. He gives you the resources to do it. And then you can go ahead and speak at whoever you want. You just select it. If you're in the States, even if you're not in the States, I would, you know what? If it doesn't cost you anything to call from Germany, bud, call. Pick one of these guys and ladies and call them out. Tweet at them. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to tweet at them, but if you understand politics, you understand how what one country does impacts another, and we don't need this being the wrong precedent set in the United States to then affect my Canadian brothers, to then affect my EU family, and then, India and China. Like, there's one thing I can tell you is that the crypto fam, the crypto mining fam, maybe not the trading fam, but the crypto mining fam, doesn't matter what nationality, what creed, what sex, what gender, doesn't matter. When it comes to crypto mining and the love for that, we all band together. All right, let's put this behind. Let's address the monkey in the room. All right, so Ethereum mining will soon be obsolete as London updates move key deadline to December 2021. So earlier, High Speed Miner asked what do I think of the overall effect of EIP-1559, but then Tech Shinji just sent a super chat asking, when will the U.S. government tax the Vitalik cryptocurrency tip jar, aka the burn fees that we're seeing? And what is it called? Etherchain.org, etherchain.org/burn. Okay, so these two right here, total, since this launched, we have burned over $30 million. That would be a pretty penny for some government or for some country or some people that are poor or people that are battling whatever. I don't care. Like, it's not really all that good. Now, right now, block utilization, which means the blocks aren't getting as full. They're getting half full, about 51%. And Son of a Tech did mention, and I confirmed with my data, that right now it's not deflationary because we're making more ETH than we're burning. And just some simple math can do it. He talks about it. I'm going to let him continue it. But I am not too happy with the amount of money that we burned already. And we knew this was coming. EIP-1559 explicitly said this was coming, and we were to expect it. But all of that money, could go to the infrastructure bill. Or maybe not even all of it. What about, like, every country gets a percentage of the burn fees? It's off the network. It's converted to fiat, so it doesn't count. It's not in the circulating supply. And it still benefits. It still benefits. So, yeah. No, that kind of sucks. But this is a pretty cool website, etherchain.org/burn. We can keep an eye on things, see what's going on, see what's happening, and just keep an eye on things. But yeah, there's something else that a lot of people didn't talk about, and we talked about it in previous content. That's EIP-3554, which moves up the detonation date of the difficulty bomb by 6 months to December. And once it goes off, it will ultimately make Ethereum unmineable, which is why people are saying end of this year. Wait a minute, is this old? Wait, since December 20. Okay, hang on. Timeout. Okay, I just got confused there. Since December 2020, Ethereum's always talked about being proof of stake, yada, yada, yada. We already knew that. All right. Somewhat buried in the Ethereum big software makeover, or this new London rollout, the Ethereum Improvement Proposal 3554, EIP 3554, threatened to hasten the end of Ethereum mining as we know it. It's a mechanism in Ethereum that makes it exponentially harder to mine, said Tim Biko, the coordinator of Ethereum's protocol developers. It's like we're artificially adding miners on the network, which raises the difficulty, making it harder for every other miner that's on a network to actually mine a block. EIP-3554 moves up the destination date of the difficulty bomb by 6 months to December. Once it goes off, it will essentially make Ethereum unmineable. When a difficulty bomb detonates, it floods the system with artificial miners, driving up the mining difficulty. That means new blocks will appear more and more slowly on the network. If you increase the difficulty bomb really, really quickly, it's just not profitable for new miners. But each time it goes off, the community has reset the clock in order to bring the difficulty back down to normal levels. While you don't need a difficulty bomb to go off in order to roll out the proof of stake mining, it certainly helps move things along by closing the on-ramp to proof of work mining. In essence, the point of difficulty bomb is to force miners and node operators to upgrade their software after a predetermined amount of time has passed. We've seen many mining farms and mining pools on Ethereum start to get into staking. So all those pools, and especially large to mid-scale operations who have already accumulated 32 ETH, are working on becoming validators and staking so they can continue to earn that Ethereum through the ETH 2.0. But EIP-3554, we knew was going to be in the London fork along with EIP-1559. And here's the thing. We knew this was coming, but now they just set this in stone, right? Now you just put a bomb in, right? You're in the building. Your team's in the building. The whole squad is in the building. We set the bomb. We lit the fuse. Now we got to get out in time. We got to make sure everybody gets out in time. So December, if they don't have their stuff together, if the Ethereum devs and community don't have their stuff together, that's going to present the problem. They need to be ready to roll out ETH 2.0 as soon as possible, which is why I've been saying stack those sats. Because, all right, so right now ergo mining is more profitable. That's just the plain simple truth. Ergo mining is more profitable, at least as of yesterday. Let's see what it is today. More profitable than Ethereum mining. Okay, it dropped back down, so Ethereum mining is back up top. Ergo was going on a tear yesterday. But if you keep stacking those sats before Ethereum becomes unmineable, that will be beneficial. So when because look at the price of Ethereum. Not financial advice, but look at the price of Ethereum. Everybody's betting on Ethereum right now. But we've been mining Ethereum for years. So sit tight. Keep stacking them sats until you can't mine anymore. Or if you want to support another project like Ravencoin, Ethereum Classic, or Ergo, go for it. Great. More power to you. But get as much Ethereum as you can before you can't mine it anymore. And there's ways to stake it. And that's actually one of the articles that I have. I don't know where I put it. But yeah. Just keep doing it. Keep stacking them sats. We'll see how things go. Ethereum price soars above 3K into red zone, triggering sell-off fears. And this is what he's talking about. Right? So we hit the red zone. Overbought, in my opinion. Right? We went up too quickly. I want to see something that's gradual over time. But, you know, we're in this red zone, which could potentially lead to a sell-off. As supply, you know, dwindles, as things get a little bit hectic. Because, I mean, those fees, actually, what is the fees today? What are the fees today? I want to see something. I hate when I do this. $54, $47, $45, $59. Dude, we were seeing, like, on that day with some huge NFT traffic and a lot of changes that happened, we were seeing a lot higher gas. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But things have gotten better, as you can see. This chart right here shows that 26% of the supply is locked in smart contracts, right? So there's less supply in the market. EIP-1559 is burning everything. And yeah. I think I'm looking at some of the chat here. I think the government just needs to chill out and tax on withdrawal. When you convert your cryptocurrency to fiat, you report that to your local government, and then that's when you get taxed. What you mine should not be taxed until you convert it, until you use it. Now, if you don't convert it and you do use it to buy stuff, 9 times out of 10, when you buy that product, you're gonna get taxed. So, like, I don't understand why it's such a big deal. Like, there's still gonna be some use for fiat currency until most of these countries come out with CBDCs, and when they come out with that, country, central bank cryptocurrencies or digital assets, when you convert that crypto into that digital asset that the country has created, then you get taxed on that. So what is this chart showing? The RSI is above 70 indicating excessive valuations. I don't know what that means. Sorry. I do some TA every once in a while. I'm starting to get better at it, but I don't know what that means. All I could say is we need to slow our roll, right? If we look at Ethereum right now, we got to be careful. We were getting pretty high, but so was Bitcoin. I mean, are we following the Bitcoin chart? Pretty much. We're pretty much following the Bitcoin chart. Now, what I do like is look at this slope right here, right? So from July 20th to current, look at this slope, right? But if we go look at Bitcoin, you see how it had a pullback? Even though it had a pullback, Ethereum was like, nah, bro. Nah. A little one, nah, we're going to keep going. Probably because everybody, EIP-1559 was on the horizon. We know that things are happening. There's a future plan. A lot of people are betting on ETH 2.0, which I really hope the ETH dev nails it. I really hope they do. I really hope they don't screw it up. But we'll have to see. Now, this is a fun little interesting story. Remember, if you want my attention, make sure you at me and stuff like that, like High Speed Miner did. My only concern about EIP-1559 is that the project that are involved in Ethereum network with the price skyrocket. My only concern. So, I mean, yeah, the projects that are in Ethereum. But, I mean, look at some of the ERC20 tokens. A lot of the ERC20 tokens are doing pretty well because of Ethereum. Not all, but, most, right? Look at Doge. Look at Doge. Trying to make that run up, baby. Trying to make, ooh, internet computer. Nice. Solana's down, though. Oof. Anyways. IRS has seized over 1.2 billion worth of cryptocurrency in the fiscal year, and guess what? They weren't smart enough to auction it off and pay for government funding. No, they just auctioned it off, and where did it go? I don't know. But these guys are killing me. So, in June, the United States government, this is why most of you guys are not in the United States. You're in Canada or some other country. The U.S. government casually auctioned off some of its spare Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Cash. There's a lot number here of 11 on offer over the 4-day auction, including 150 Bitcoin, 0.0002289 Bitcoin Cash, worth more than 21,000 in today's prices. The cryptocurrency property had been confiscated as part of a tax non-compliance case. Tax non-compliance case, that's interesting. This kind of sale is nothing new for Uncle Sam. For years, the government has been seizing stockpile and selling off cryptocurrencies alongside usual assets one would expect from high-profile criminal sting operations. In the fiscal year 2019, they had over 700,000 worth of crypto seizures, and in 2020, it was up 137 million. As far as 2021, they're at 1.2 billion now. The crypto seizure and sell operation is growing so fast that the government just enlisted the help of a private sector to manage and the storage and sales of its hoard of crypto tokens. Save it, sell it later, pay for government funding. Like here, Silk Road, which operated out of the dark web, dealt entirely in Bitcoin. It was good for users because it promised some degree of anonymity. Oh my god, I can't say it. You would be anonymous. Despite the reputation hit, it was good for Bitcoin at the time, helping to pump up its price by giving the token a use case beyond programming circles. When the government began to dismantle Silk Road, federal agents had to figure out what to do with all its ill-gotten Bitcoin. There was a wallet with approximately 30,000 Bitcoin in it, which were able to be identified and seized at the time, and it was probably the largest Bitcoin seizure ever, and it sold for around 19 million. Guess who bought it? No one had ever done anything like this. In fact, there weren't any real companies that you could go in order to sell of assets. The Marshal Service stepped up and conducted their own auction of the assets where they took bids. The Bitcoin batch went to billionaire venture capitalist Tim Draper. It seemed like a large sum of money at the time, but if the government had retained these Bitcoins, it would have been worth more today. So, as I said, if the government's probably already doing it. I mean, we're hearing all these major companies, JPMorgan, Chase, whatever it may be, accumulating cryptocurrency, getting more cryptocurrency exposure for its clients. I wouldn't doubt that the government was doing it, but they should have been doing it already for a while ago. They may be doing it now, but they should have been doing it earlier. Because guess what? All that money that they had for Silk Road could have helped with infrastructure, could have helped with the country's issues, battling fires in California, dealing with, upgrading the renewable resources. There's all kinds of good uses. Aid for other countries. So, yeah. Be smart, IRS. Be smart, government. And then here's the SEC that shut down one of the DeFi projects, enforcement action in 30 million fraud case. So 30 million in fraud. I believe the DeFi program, DeFi Money Market, what was the acronym for it? There was an acronym. DMG Governance Token. Okay. A Cayman Islands-based company with two individuals may have been the first subjects in a decentralized finance or DeFi to face enforcement action from the United States Securities Exchange, or the SEC. According to Friday's announcement, the SEC said that it was the first case involving securities using DeFi technology, which resulted in enforcement action. The agency said it charged the company, Blockchain Credit Partners, as well as a Florida resident, Gregory. Man, it's always somebody in Florida. I live in Florida, man. Florida man tax every single time. So these two individuals that ran this, allegedly they were involved in offering and selling more than 30 million in unregistered securities from February 2020 to February 2021. DeFi Money Market, according to the project's white paper, was a permissionless and fully decentralized protocol to earn interest on any Ethereum digital asset backed by real-world assets represented on-chain. Billionaire Tim Draper also backed this project. The SEC claimed that these people misrepresented how the company was operating to its investors and did not reveal that it would be unlikely to pay interest and profits from offering and selling M tokens as well as DeFi Money Market DMG governance tokens instead of purchasing car loans. As the project claimed, the SEC alleged that the pair used personal funds as well as funds in the blockchain credit partners to make interest payments for M token redemptions. However, the DeFi project closed its doors in February, saying at the time it was a result of regulatory inquiries. The federal securities law applied with equal force to age-old frauds wrapped in today's latest technologies. The chief of the SEC says that labeling of the offering as decentralized and securities as government tokens did not hinder us from ensuring that DeFi Money Market was immediately shut down and that the investors were paid back. See, if you get a big investment and you're not making returns, you got to have a realistic outcome, right? If you start a business right now and you get a bunch of investors and you come up with a game plan and the game plan's solid and they believe it and the venture capitalists want to invest, but the game plan outlines like, hey, we're probably not going to start making money until year 2, year 3, year 4, whatever, because it depends on the business, then they may still be in the game. But if you make all these promises and then you don't deliver, you're just screwing yourself. This is why I work in the field that I do, because there's a lot of scams and crap in here. Scott Lodson, thank you for becoming a specialist of the X Special Forces. So this was interesting to me because Binance US is available for US clients. Now Binance.com is available for everybody throughout the world, right? But if you're in the US, they really want you to use the US website. I don't like it, but it's the only one that I can use under the regulations in my country. However, what's interesting to me is Binance has been under all this scrutiny. I talked about this in the past couple episodes of Caffeine and Crypto. All the scrutiny and regulatory action from the various countries. And now Brian Brooks announced on Twitter Friday that he's resigned from the Binance US CEO after just 4 months in the job. Brooks confirmed in an email to CoinDesk that the account was not hacked. In the tweet, Brooks cited differences over strategic direction between him and his colleagues. Before joining the U.S. arm of Binance Global Exchange, Brooks helmed the office of the Comptroller of Currency, or OCC, the regulator for national banks under U.S. President Donald Trump. But also, we lost somebody else. You know, CZ obviously throw some words in there and stuff like that, you know, or the Binance, you know, we'll miss him. He was invaluable, yada, yada, yada. But we also lost the Binance Brazil director. So I wonder what's going on inside Binance. You know, they have all this pressure throughout the various countries, regulators, you know, hounding them. You know, what's going on? Or maybe because they don't have a central location that the regulators for whatever country can just be like, hey, we're going to serve you with this, boom, you're going to get hit with this action and this action, because they don't have a central location and the governments want them to. I wonder, by getting rid of the CEOs or the directors in these particular locations gives them a little bit more wiggle room for when that action does try to come, because they don't have a central location. I can just be like, here you go, you know, here, I'm going to serve you with these papers. All right, let me check chat. Everybody good? Everybody good? All right. So, oxymoron: governments and responsible investment spending, research. When was the last time the U.S. government ran at a surplus? I know, right? Enron would have better credit rating than the U.S. government if it was still around. Wow. So Altcoin Roundup, hodling Ethereum, right? So now that we know that the difficulty bomb is on the way, where can you hodl your Ethereum? Now, you can do Coinbase, but again, it's centralized exchanges is not something that I recommend. So here are some choices, but I recommend you do your own research before you go dumping your Ethereum into these projects, products, exchanges, whatever the hell they are. Lido offers 5.4% APR. Lido? Yeah, Lido. Stake-wise, does it give me a percentage? Where's the percentage? You don't give me a percentage? 1-to-1 ratio of Ether, yada, yada, yada. All right, so you convert it. Do you have to have 32 ETH? Withdrawal key blocks 32 ETH for Stakewise to credit manage validators. Okay, APR for Stakewise protocol 5.64, but there's a 10% commission for rewards generated through Stakewise pool. Centralized exchanges like Kraken. I like Kraken. I like Coinbase. But you really want to do your own research. I would challenge you to go look at this article in the description below. Everything's titled by the title that we go over each one. but you always want to do your own research. And if I go to products and I go to interest here on CoinMarketCap, we'll wait for it to load. We'll go to Ethereum. Here are the various platforms. Now, these percentage numbers, or APRs or APYs or whatever you want to call it, are not always accurate, and they will fluctuate on you, okay? So BlockFi says 8.6, but if you go into the app right now, it may be a different number. Lend, but it's spelled differently, LEDN, Stormgain, Nexo. I haven't touched any of these. I have seen BlockFi. I heard good things about BlockFi. Matter of fact, there's a link down below. If you haven't signed up for BlockFi, you can do so through my link. Crypto.com. I used to have a link in my affiliate, but I'm not sure if that's what got my channel banned. And then Compound Finance, but look at the APY on that. So it's kind of up in the air now. Coinbase is not on here. Kraken's not on here. But some of these centralized exchanges do offer staking. The bad thing is you're doing it on a centralized place, which can oftentimes be a negative thing in case that exchange goes down. So just be very careful, please. Anyways, there you go. Let's get ready to wrap up here. I thought this was pretty cool. Basically, the concept of smart cities isn't new. Smart city is in which technology is used to deliver services and address the issues of residents without intermediaries. A smart city improves transportation, accessibility, enhances social service, promotes sustainability, and empowers its residents. There's a Dubai blockchain strategy was announced in 2016 by the capital of United Arab Emirates in partnership with Smart Dubai Office and the Dubai Future Foundation. By early 2020, the initiative resulted in over 24 applications across 8 industries, establishing Dubai as a world leader in blockchain technology. One significant initiative is to allow residents to use blockchain to pay for some government services. We got something happening in Nevada in 2018. Blockchain LLC purchased about 67,000 acres of industrial park land outside Reno, Nevada. Management intends to develop a new type of smart city, a society based on blockchain technology and microtransactions. Between people and machines. The project includes plans for a secure, high-tech blockchain campus, which will attempt to combine the blockchain technology with AI and 3D printing and nanotechnology. We got something going on in Switzerland, so on and so forth. And now we got Polkadot, which is a layer 0 protocol. There's a Berlin startup. MXC has launched a Polkadot parachain, which aims to connect MXC with smart contracts to enable data transfers and smart city infrastructure. By integrating millions of sensors, Internet of Things device, so on and so forth, they're going to create a smart grid that can be managed more efficiently. The technology has already been announced for use in the smart cities around South Korea. Robonomics aims to expand on this by promises to deliver solutions for autonomous factories, robotics, transparent supply chain, self-driving cars. In terms of meeting data processing demands, Polkadot and its parachains are potentially the best fit. So there's some interesting thing. I'm very bullish on Polkadot, me personally. Not financial advice, but I am pretty bullish on Polkadot and the various chains that are being derived from it. This is very odd to me. EVGA is charging scalper prices for Advanced RMA? What? No, I don't. Like, if you have an EVGA card, and say, for example, you were playing New World, which Son of a Tech and many others were trying to do, and their card would just brick. EVGA started doing, replacements, stuff like that, but the prices, according to TechSpot, which if you don't know is kind of where Steve and I think Tim from Hardware Unboxed and a few others post their articles. There's somehow linked. I may not be saying that accurately, but we're reporting that it is charging. So Igor's Lab reports that the owners of a broken 3080 40Win 3 Ultra graphics card, which retailed at 782 euros or 931 euros at VAT, are being asked to pay 1728 euro, about $2,000 deposit, scalper prices. That's crazy. And then here's the letter right here of the price that they want them to pay to replace it, which is nuts to me. But yeah, if you have a 3090 or if you have an EVGA card in which you had to do an RMA, let me know. hit me up in the comments. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at SerpentXSF. It's very simple. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I'm really mostly on Twitter if you want to get a hold of me. So make sure you do that. Got to adjust the mic here. Bear with me. We got about 9 minutes. So if you have any last minute questions, please at me in the live chat. Otherwise, just going to move on. So what GPU shortage? What GPU shortage they say? AMD and Apple, gorgeous new graphics card, comes with 2. So we haven't had a 2 GPU card in a while, but this is a workstation card. As you can see, there's 2x16 slots. And then we have our connectors right here for probably like data transfer, syncing, whatever it may be, more or less for the server side of things. The Radeon Pro W6800X Duo is a pretty sexy card. It's pretty darn big. Let's see if I can zoom in here. So 2 standard by 16 slots. Oh wait, this one's the by 16 slots at 75 watts, and this one's an MPX connector up to 475 watts of power. And if you look on this board, you'll notice that there's no 6-pin, 8-pin, or anything like that. So it's actually getting its power from this pin out right here. It does have Thunderbolt 3 up to 40 gigabytes per second data transfer. And then we have Infinity Fabric up to 5 times faster data transfer. And then Radeon Pro is up to 16 teraflops of compute performance. So you wouldn't be putting this in your mining rig anytime soon. This is strictly a workstation card, but I just thought it was pretty interesting. I love geeking out on some hardware, and you can expect to pay $16K. Wait, a Mac Pro with 2 Radeon. All right, so $16K for the Mac Pro with the GPU or compute unit. Let's call it a compute unit. But by itself, the W6800X Duo is going to cost you a whopping good amount of money. Can we buy it? Or is this old? I want to see pictures. I want to see pictures. Ooh. Ooh. Ew. 4 slots? Woohoo. Whoo. So HDMI, Thunderbolt, 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 Thunderbolt. Dude. I don't know what a dev is going to need to do to take advantage of this compute module, but I would like to see what this thing could do if it stretched its legs. So it's got 32 gigabytes per GPU. So that's 64 total. Each with 512 gigabytes memory bandwidth. That's good. I don't know what the bus width is. I'd like to know the bus. So it's 3840 streaming processors, 60 compute units, 30.2 teraflops single precision, 60.4 teraflops half precision. Infinity Fabric, GPU gets up to 84 gigabytes in each direction. That's pretty good. Connectivity. Yeah. Yeah. So what is this one? And why does it cost less? So what did I click on? Hang on. Radeon Pro Duo MPX module. So maybe this is a single, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like a single. If you look at the back here, the back plane right here, looks like a single. And then let's go back to this one. And you can see they're both right here. So here's the screw, mounting screw for the GPU die, or the compute unit die. That's it. That's it. That's some pretty crazy. I love some sexy stuff like that. All right, so you get taxed when you're getting mining paid out as income tax. Then taxed again when you sell as a capital gain tax. Is that true? I heard most miners forget about the income tax part. No, so at the end of the year, what is it called? Coin payments. Is it coin payments? No, it's not coin payments. What is it called? Coin tracker. Coin tracker. I think I have an account. Cointracker.io. So you should be able to connect your account, and when you get paid out, right? When you get paid out by a pool to your wallet, that's when you have to report that transaction. You don't report every single microtransaction like that you hit to get. You know how when you're mining on Ethermine or whatever, you got to get up to 0.1 or whatever it is now in order to get that payout. We're not keeping track of every little bit that adds up until we get that 0.1. We're only worried about when that 0.1 gets to our wallet. We report that, but then when we convert that cryptocurrency as well to a fiat, we should be reporting that too. A lot of people don't, and they only report when they convert from cryptocurrency to fiat. Just be very careful. Just be very careful. As you saw, the IRS is not shy of not impounding. It's not impounding, but seizing your crypto assets. So you just want to be very careful. Now, cointracker.io, I should have a link somewhere. Let me see if I got an affiliate link so I could drop it in the live chat. But it allows you to essentially, keep track of everything. That's pretty much it. Keeps track of, you can sync it with your Coinbase, sync it with this, sync it with that. It's pretty cool. And of course that didn't work out, so let me try this again. But I think that, let me put this on here for you. All right, I don't know what my CoinTracker login is. But yeah, when you get mining payout as an income, when you get paid out from mining, yes, you want to track that. And then when you convert that cryptocurrency to fiat to pay for electricity or whatever, which sucks because when you go to pay electricity, your tax, and when you get that money to pay electricity, your tax. So that's 3 taxes right there: the mining payout, the conversion payout, the pay the bill payout. But yeah, it's a new space. It's gonna take time to really fine tune and be like, okay, this is X, Y, and Z. This is A, B, and C. This is clearly defined. You got to pay taxes. You got to report X, Y, and Z. If you don't report X, Y, and Z, you're risking the fines, fines, penalties, and possible jail time depending on how often you avoid. It's called tax evasion. Cryptocurrency. We don't want to give cryptocurrency the premise that it can be used as tax evasion. It can be used to get away and avoid paying the local government. We want to keep cryptocurrency in line with the government, but the government needs to not regulate it into the ground and kill it. So there's a fine line, and I may be talking nonsense, but I think the government of the future, which much more knowledgeable people that are, in our age group, start to become in the office and start to get a footing, will understand, no, this is cryptocurrency. This is how, blockchain works. This is how we can benefit from it. Here's how we can tax it without stifling innovation and benefit both parties, so on and so forth. We just got to get these fine details ironed out. And don't forget to keep an eye on this situation with the amendment of the infrastructure bill, because even though it just is for the U.S., it is the U.S. infrastructure bill. It can impact countries far and wide. So keep an eye on it. Make sure you show some support here if you're in the U.S. and reach out to your local delegates. Let them know how you feel. We're going, just to clarify, in case you're not aware, we don't want to go with the Rob Portman, Mark Warner, Christine Selma one. We want to go with the Cynthia Loomis, Ron Wyden, and Pat Toomey amendment. Okay, that's the one we want to go with. Yeah, they're not gonna. CoinTracker is not gonna add every single coin, unfortunately. Chia, you're gonna have to track that manually for now. If CoinTracker has not put out something, an update by then, you're gonna have to manually track that. If you have coins like that, it's in here, but I don't know how that would work. You're just gonna have to go to your wallet and export your information, or you can even use the blockchain explorer by entering your address and print off those transactions. You really want to talk to your CPA or your local tax professional about it. CoinTracker is just to help you get all the data together, provide it to your CPA or whoever you do your taxes with, and go from there. I do my own taxes, but I've had so much experience over the years in doing my taxes and reporting this stuff that I'm not really concerned. This is not new to me. The best thing that I could suggest is, if you're concerned about getting in trouble with your government, is report everything. Not every microtransaction, but when the pool pays you, when you convert it to fiat, to pay for bills or whatever, all of those transactions need to be reported. When you convert it from one cryptocurrency to another, also needs to be reported. The value at that time, and that's the hard part, is sometimes people convert cryptocurrency and they don't take note of what the cryptocurrency was valued at that time. So, you transferred some BTC that was valued at that time $10, but now it's $50. You're gonna get taxed more. So you want to keep an eye on that, because obviously capital gains is gonna impact you there. It's a really sticky situation. I am not an expert. None of this is financial advice. I'm still learning just as much as you are. So just keep an eye on the situation, what's going on here in the U.S., the infrastructure bill, taxes, and all that. Keep an eye on cryptocurrency as a whole. Try to notate everything if you can. Keep it tracked. If you do it digitally, make sure it's nice and secure on a machine that you don't do any nefarious activities on, that you're not worried about getting hacked or compromised or whatever. Don't do it on your work-issued computer or laptop, please. Come on, guys. Be smart. You don't want to be doing anything that is related to your personal finances or personal life on your work devices. And hang tight. As things go, there's going to be more and more. There's actually really good information on cryptocurrency taxes that I would challenge you to do some more research on it. How to report. And it really is on a case-by-case situation for your country. So half of probably what I just said probably is mute, considering, I am not a financial advisor. So anyways, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Marcus, I'm sorry if I didn't fully answer or address your question. Thank you for everybody who wished me a happy birthday. I'm just going to chill out, do some work. I'll probably record another video that will be out later this week. I don't have it behind me, but I'm going to be actually doing a little bit more techie stuff, not just crypto. So if you're interested in that, because that's what my channel is about, is primarily about helping people. So if you're new, thank you. Hit subscribe, stay up to date. But I don't just do cryptocurrency. I do tech teardown, tech reviews, stuff like that. But cryptocurrency is a passion of mine. So thank you, everybody. And cool. So Marcus is filling me with some information. Yeah. So maybe we can, you know what, Marcus? I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna try to @CoinTracker on Twitter. And anybody who is into Chia and wants to add Chia to CoinTracker, follow me on Twitter and retweet or give it a like, so that way we can get CoinTracker to look into it. So let's wrap up here. Thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor on the way out, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out any of the links down below that help support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And you have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.